the moment when I arrived, of course, was a difficult moment for everyone. It's logic when a club decides to sack a manager, especially a manager with years of work and empathy and good work in the club like Mourinho was because the moment was difficult, and was when I arrived. And 2 days later a match, 4 days later a Champions League match, a couple of weeks later a few big injuries, and then was very, very difficult this season, in spite of we still live in this different world and in this different football, but was about a pre-season, was about start from zero, was about everybody with the same number of points. You were not chasing anybody, you was not chasing a sixth position that was the possible target, and is a complete different way to work. What I cannot deny is that the difficult months I had in relation to the last season, they'll help me in relation to this season, because of course I know the club, I know the players they know me, and it's so much easier to do it that way. What we have now is some players that belong to that team, and they are of course still here, and it's not just about being still here, they still are the core of the team, they still are the most important players of the team. Harry Kane, Lloris, Sonny, Ben Davies, they are still here, and they still are very important players for the team. But it's basically a new team, and we had the possibility in such a difficult period to have a very positive market. In the table, I know where we are. I know that 2 victories you are in the top, and 2 defeats you are almost in relegation. I know where we are in the table, and I know how the Premier League is now, but I know what you mean by where we are. We are in a situation where we are able to go to every match to win it. It's as simple as that. Are we going to win? I don't know, maybe we lose. But the mentality and the level of preparation that we have at the tactical level is that we go to every match to win. Last season we were always worried about how the opponent is going to play. The tactical culture of the team was not enough to go to every game and to be confident about what we want to do. In this moment we are very confident. We know where we are. We know that lots of good teams, lots of good players. We can lose any match, but the feeling of I go to this game, I'm not interested in know how they are going to play. I know how we want to play. And this is a very good feeling. This is a feeling of maturity. This is a feeling of the team going into a certain direction where we go to every game, and if somebody offers me a draw before the game, doesn't matter which the game, I will never accept. We can lose, but we don't accept anything less than go to a game and trying to win it.
How many times did your old manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, say, I'm not interested in draws?
Yes, many times, and I always listened.
You always most fundamental.
Draws don't win your leagues.
What?
Draws don't win your leagues.
Exactly. The most fundamental maths teaches you that 1 win and 1 loss is better than 2
Well, that's
draws.
what Fergie told.
Exactly that.
Told the
So
world.
there we are. Those results this season. And interesting, we sat here on the go, well, Tottenham are in for a tough season, aren't they? They were lousy against Everton. Then they buy Reguilon, Bale, Højbjerg settles in, and suddenly you look at them, look at the way they've responded to West Ham, look at the way that after, the goal fest at Man United and 3 up against West Ham, they've eked out 2 away wins. Well, 3 wins, frankly, because Brighton, you saw it, was not so good.
I was just going to say, forget match day 1.
Yeah.
I said the same after the Brighton game. So I was there and they were awful. Brighton bopped them off the pitch, just couldn't score.
Yeah. So look, the little shift then since the West Ham game, as you could just interpret that for us in terms of shots on target and, touches in the box, it's a little bit more controlled, yes.
Yeah. It seems in the first 5, when you see the goals going in, you scored 15, it was a bit erratic where you go shots on target 37, but, the goals conceded 8-1. And then you just see the last period of games where you go,
So look, the little shift then since the West Ham game, as you could just interpret that for us in terms of shots on target and touches in the box. It's a little bit more controlled. Yes.
Yeah. It seems in the first 5 when you see the goals going in, you scored 15. It was a bit erratic where you go shots on target 37, but the goals conceded 8-1, and then you just see the last period of games where you go, everything's just starting to tighten up.
Yeah, it's
the
just
stats and the
down,
numbers
yeah.
might not be as good,
no,
but the wins are. So they're eking out the 1-0 wins.
If I said to you, they've got a great squad there and things look really good, but that man, it's obviously so key, but he has had injuries before.
Yeah.
Were he to get injured, does that completely change the picture?
See, I think no now.
Okay.
I think for the first time, I say a no where I say Son can play there. Phineas has been brought in and looks very, very good. Bale can play there. Mora can play up top. The amount of unbelievable players that he's got on the squad. Listen, none of them are going to be as prolific as Harry Kane because he's one of the best out there and he'll always hit 25 to 30. But I think even with Harry Kane this season, if he stays fully fit, Harry Kane, his numbers might be slightly down in terms of his goals. But I bet his assist column.
Well, there we are. This is when he put 4 on a plate for
that's what I'm saying.
At Southampton.
So his assist column's going to be higher, which makes him a better all-rounded player to me.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I think Harry Kane, still think he's the best in the world at what he does, which is just score goals. For me, I believe that if he's not there, then they definitely struggle. With Van Dijk not being unfit for the season now for Liverpool, I'm saying that Liverpool are going to struggle to be in that fight right to the end because of Van Dijk. And if Kane's not there for Spurs, I'm thinking exactly the same thing.
So this is classic. 88th minute, not much going on at the Hawthorns. Up he pops. We can say what we want about the goalkeeper.
He's outstanding. He has the perfect physique for a centre forward. He's 6'3", maybe 6'4". Slender, strong, quick, powerful. His vision's amazing at 10 if he wants to drop into those pockets, pick a pass. I think players react to Kane. To Kane, sorry. They react to him. Nobody reacts to Keane, by the way.
No, I was about to say.
Nobody reacts to him.
But only in a positive way.
Isn't it bizarre, though, when we went through a spate when Harry Kane weren't in the squad through injury, their win percentage actually went up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not completely.
Son assumed the role, didn't he?
And Sissoko.
It was that sort of false debate where you thought, well, are Tottenham better off without Kane? It was never the truth.
No.
It was just one of them false sort of anomalies that you saw and thought, that doesn't sit right.
But I think we could advance the argument that Tottenham have come so close under Pochettino but didn't win anything. Obviously, came second in the league, reached League Cup finals, FA Cup semi-finals and, of course, a Champions League final, but never won anything. Now they've got a habitual winner there in the manager's office. And if they win something, I think we have to say he's the one. He's the missing ingredient, isn't he?
You see what he said in his interview there? You're sitting and you're listening and Jose's saying, if you offer me a draw against anyone in the world, doesn't matter the stadium, the scenario, the team, anything, I'll never take it. That's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And I fancy Jose's Tottenham to be, I think, one of the best teams in the Europa League. I think they could certainly look at that and look at a League Cup. So you wouldn't put it past Tottenham and Jose to win something this season.
Definitely not. Could they win the league?
I mean, if we're putting Leicester in the conversation, of course they can. We can't sit here now and go, Tottenham can't win the league.
How many games gone? 7? How many games have we
played? 8, yeah. So 30 to go. Most people have played 8.
It's like...
Yes, it is.
It's like anybody can win it.
Could you sit here now, Dan, and go, Tottenham can't win the league?
No chance.
No,
I couldn't say about anybody.
They can't.
Yeah.
Couldn't say about anybody.
I just think that I think he's so key to all this, isn't he?
I just think his experience and his mentality to winning things and winning certain trophies and knowing how to do it, you have to put them in the hat. I just think the way he talked there, it's all about win, win, win. It's never about if we can maintain this and if we can do this, we have to win. Yeah. And I'd love to play with someone like him.
He seems different as well, doesn't he? I mean, I know he's always got that blow.
Yes, he does.
He's got that little blow up in his locker.
No, he does. He definitely is. No question about that.
Because people like me and Dion recognise, that blow up in a Sir Alex or a Graham Souness. So we recognise that, and that's no bad thing. I think modern day players can be looked after too.
But I think in his year, he was incredibly chipper when he got there. Then, in the spring, just before lockdown, Kane was injured, things weren't going well. He looked a bit miserable.
He got a bit edgy, didn't he?
But now he's back to the way he was this time last year.
As you said, Mark, the previous managers never ever fixed the Harry Kane dilemma. When he's injured, what do we do?
No.
Because you can't just buy a striker to sit on the bench. So Jose's fixed that, where he's going to actually say to Harry Kane, you're not going to play as much. You know, I think Southgate's done the same with England. He's not playing every single game, where he demanded he played in every single game. And either Jose or Gareth have sat down with him, with the physios and with the specialists, and said, you can't play every single game. If you want to churn out trophies and churn out the goals, you're going to have to take maybe 10 games off your Tottenham appearances this season, and he'll be a better player for it. You can see already now his position. He's at least 5 or 10 yards deeper than he normally has been.